So the other day, I saw Aaron Rodgers rip Diana Rossini of The Athletic for her reporting on him and his future. And he said that there's little integrity left in journalism. I didn't want to do another Aaron Rodgers post here. I really didn't. But I do feel, I love journalism. And she's great. Diana's great. And fucking Aaron Rodgers, honest to God, like, please go away. Just please go away. Leave the NFL to Patrick Mahomes and Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen. Just go. It's time. Goodbye. First of all, you complain about the lack of journalistic integrity, but you make yourself unavailable to reporters. So if reporters have a question for you, they get the 1 day a week, half-hour press conference, and that's it. So like, if you're going to criticize people for not reporting accurately, but you make yourself completely inaccessible, think about that. Number two, you talk about the lack of journalistic integrity on your weekly segment on a show hosted by a former punter with no journalistic background whatsoever, who's making a shitload of money from ESPN, who shows up in a tank top, and you can just throw bombs because he's never going to fact check you, ever, on a network that also pays Stephen A. Smith, a guy who covers the NBA, but when the Knicks acquire Mikal Bridges, is almost crying with joy and screaming into the camera. You are a conspiracy theorist, our RFK Jr. backing conspiracy theorist. You are a guy who doesn't want to be fact checked. I have my own experiences with Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is a fucking liar, truly, and a fraud. He just is. He's a guy who's estranged from his own family. He's a guy who always thinks he's the smartest guy in the room. He's a guy who has bought 100% into the Trumpian fake news hashtag talking point. Anything that's against you, anything that makes you look bad is fake news. Anything that makes you look great is not fake news. So Pat McAfee will never be fake news because he just rubs Aaron Rodgers' nipples. But if a Diana comes along and reports honestly and accurately and fairly with sources about Aaron Rodgers, he doesn't like it because Aaron Rodgers can't take fucking shit. It's so infuriating as a journalist. It is so infuriating as a journalist. And we have more and more people poisoning the well. Elon Musk now says that everyone on Twitter, on X, is a journalist. Like, I can tell you from experience, from firsthand experience, the reporters at the New York Times, at the Athletic, at the Washington Post, at the LA Times, at the Associated Press, at the BBC, at CNN, at Fox News, at MSNBC, the reporters, I'm not talking about the opinion purveyors, the reporters are hardworking, are dedicated, are well-trained, and believe in journalistic integrity. And when people like Aaron Rodgers come along and just spew this narrow-minded, insane bullshit, it fucking makes me want to punch a wall. So Aaron Rodgers, shut the fuck up and go away, please.